Hello! That was so good! And welcome to Critical ReRoll. The show by the critters for the critters about Critical ReRoll. I'm Matt, and on behalf of the whole Critical ReRoll group, congrats on the sex, Ford. I don't know.
Business transaction.
Yay! I am Kate, and I too would like Avantika to shiver my timbers.
I'm Dustin. We didn't talk about this beforehand, but it will take 3 avatars to summon and unlock me.
Oh.
Oh. Well, now we
Brown
know.
chicken, brown cow.
Brown chicken, brown cow. 2 seconds. Gotta do something behind the scenes. I'm getting notes from
It's not behind the scenes. I can see it.
from
on
our
the screen.
producer.
I can see it.
It's okay. It's the joys of doing live talk shows. Anyway, episode 40 definitely happened. The group.
Oh, I did it.
Yeah, it did. We're just gonna make hand sections.
Sign language, also something that cannot be heard on the podcast.
Yeah, so just more benefits to watching live.
Kate was making the sex symbols with her hands, but not the one you're thinking.
But not the
It was way more abstract.
So the Mighty Nine are in a temple, and they killed some stuff, which I missed. I completely forgot to finish the episode before this one. So I missed the Hydra battle, but then this one picks up right after that.
There was a Hydra battle.
Yeah, they survived apparently.
They won. Yes.
But
The
yeah,
Hydra is dead.
it started out and everyone was kind of just like, I don't really know what we're doing. Like, let's get our footing.
It's been a
footing.
while since they played.
Yeah, they went to
Yeah,
a
they
different
had
country.
They had some busy times in between.
And then
There was a whole other one-shot that happened. There were some hour changes. Time is not time anymore.
time makes
Time is a
no
construct.
sense. And we break constructs. I had nothing. But yeah, so they kind of finally get a chance to breathe, and Not's questioning if anything was really real. She's
Caleb are still high as balls.
tripping orbs.
High on that wacky fruit.
On that good. But first, it was their Halloween episode, and they all
Yes.
did dress up. You've got Matt again killing it as Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Matt, the only one who's half-assed costume.
Right, he's like, oh, I had a week to put this together. I only had a week to put this together between flying back from blah 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 blah. Shut up, Matt.
Mercer.
Towson was Sherlock Holmes, and he just like he threw it together too. Like, I just had this in the closet.
That I believe, though.
100%. I think he had it in his car. Like, it's his go-to backup costume.
He's just got the deer stalker, like, just hanging on his
Well, no,
rear view.
Mercer keeps a bunch of costume pieces in his trunk.
Nice.
How do you know that? Were you in his trunk?
When were you kidnapped, Dustin? Do you need help? Laugh twice uncomfortably. That's more than twice. You're safe. Sam was Ketchup. Liam was Kylo Ren. Marisha, I love that she's
Was the best.
Lisa
awesome.
Frank Castle.
Oh, so good.
Oh man, it is fantastic. I didn't get it at first because I missed her like actually say Lisa Frank Castle. So I was like, well, what like variant is this? But it's hers. And then Travis was Bargain Bin Cowboy.
With wasp hands.
With wasp hands, which was fun because he just started talking, and then Marisha pointed out, like, why do you sound different with the gloves? Like, your accent sounds off. They had a lot of fun with it, celebrating the day after Halloween, but who cares?
Halloween doesn't end on
Never.
October
Never
31st.
ends. Oh boy, how do we unpack this episode, you guys?
Just do it.
Just
do it.
doing
Let's
it?
do a skill challenge to
Go.
unpack it.
Aha! Well, that didn't start up. So they're in the room. There's a bunch of pillars. There's sigils and glyphs on the pillars. There's a big well in the center with water.
Well, they didn't see the glyph and sigils right away.
That's true.
Yes,
Yes,
this
the glyphs
did-
and sigils were seen
Yeah.
afterwards.
So
They spent quite a little bit of time at the beginning grilling Jumanji Costco a bit.
'cause did he ever come into the room? I don't think he did.
But then he made it
No,
clear
I mean-
why. He's like, "This is not my job. I was not paid to do this."
I also don't think he had any sort of levels in anything, and would have died instantaneously. And that's not what he's here for.
He made a point. Like, I'm here to get paid.
Yeah, I was.
Get her out of that.
I was
want
paid to
my
show you
money.
the entrance to the temple, not enter it.
Travis
Right.
was very not nice to him when
Neither
they.
was Caleb.
Oh yeah, Caleb wasn't either. I
Caleb
mean, they were just
started
like,
it.
Yeah. Poor guy. Poor guy.
Well,
Yeah, Giuseppe got-
also, he's got some secrets I'd like to know, but
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's a dead guy making the best of his afterlife.
He's a tracker / scout. No, he's hooked
Yeah.
up with these weirdos.
And he did his job, and now he's getting
He
punished
did.
for it by
He
getting
did.
yelled
He had a
at.
short bow and a dagger, and that was about it.
they're not gonna get much done with that.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
And so Caduceus then did the detect magic, and that's when they start actually figuring out the columns.
Mhm.
That those are glowing. Everything else is glowing. Everyone else is glowing. Not Giuseppe.
No,
Giuseppe had no glow.
Yeah.
because he's got
No glow
nothing to
whatsoever.
hide except that he's dead. But that's
Except that he's dead.
You're
They-
dead. You just
they should
let it
just
all out.
Glow. Your little light has been put out.
right, and they should just ask him like, "Yo, we know you're a little bit dead. We're super
Everybody's
suspicious."
A little bit dead, but
Like, I know everyone starts dying the minute they're born, but you kind of went a little bit faster.
I had that the chamber was built with the old stone that they hadn't gotten down there to do the refurbishing from when they were flipping the temple.
Flipping it for the new gods.
Temple flippers. That's gonna be the name of
Temple
my
Temple
next.
flippers.
I
There we
love
go.
that. It's a new one-shot idea.
Yeah, no, I feel like it would be a multi-shot.
Yeah,
You should run
like
it. You and I. There we go.
have a full
Choo-choo.
Sims style like revamping a dungeon. Like, oh, we'll move this trap over here, and oh, I've got 50 gold. I'm gonna buy a new axe wing trap. But yeah, they grill Giuseppe for a while. They see the old magic pillars. See some murals on the wall, which are really cool.
Some awesome giant
These
murals with really
murals.
cool things on them.
The most
So
important
much-
things that happened.
They were massive. Define them as like 15 by 20 feet or something. Those are some pretty big murals.
And they had faded a little bit over time,
Right.
but you could tell that they were like intricately painted at one time and stuff like that.
Yeah, so we've already got a couple questions in chat. We want to know why it's not full dead. Just we don't know why he's not full dead, but he's just not.
He's only mostly dead.
Yeah, next one.
True love.
Was the Earth one the crawling king? So that is a possibility. So
What
yeah.
we're talking to right now.
Yeah. So they're the like reliefs, not reliefs, murals. We're just saying it. Weren't covered up. A lot of the other imagery on the walls higher up in the temple had all been replaced in such a way that like they don't. The other stuff's gone. Like you can't see any.
Stuccoed over.
Yeah. But these are all visible. The first one depicts. Which one did they look at first? The bird one?
The bird one, yeah. So there was the crowd of people, very simple in design, clustered kind of at the base, with the three larger figures sort of haloed and radiant above them. And then above that, taking up about 60% of the mural, was a giant purple, dark purple flaming bird.
Purple and gray flames and little bits of
Little
red.
bit red, yeah. And it
Like
had
a long beak too, he said.
long beak and 3 onyx eyes.
That part was cool. Like you hear the imagery of like purple wings and fire, but then like they have like deep black dark onyx eyes.
It's Jean Grey. It's alright.
It's totally Jean Grey. It's the Phoenix Force.
Oh boy, they're screwed.
Although the onyx eyes did not register as magic when they did check it. It's just purely decorative.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
you gotta go all out on your old guys. And then the second one is when they look at the serpent mural. Similar figures, more well-defined details on all the people involved. Same 3 elevated figures with like a halo or aura around them, but then a large coiled serpent with little, I'll go with amber. Is that the eyes for this
Yes.
one?
Yes.
Amber eyes.
Yeah, 3 amber eyes, and
Crashing
then
wave behind it, like a tidal wave.
yeah,
behind it.
the tidal wave, and then like interspersed evenly among the body. The coil were more little amber eyes.
Yeah. So the 3 on its face, and then the rest throughout its body.
And then the third statue, which kind of like took me for a loop because it's a worm. It's a big giant worm. Same thing though. Group of people, a large worm. There's 3 elevated people, but this worm has like spines sticking out of it, kind of that look like it could pull it through the earth, or maybe like I forget how I described it.
It had tooth-like spines and scales.
Yeah.
That almost looked like they were forming mountains. That it was forming mountains over top of the people, and that looked like parts of the rock face and the cliffs were crumbling and about to fall on the people. Is how Matt.
But the people did not look like they were running from it.
Exactly.
So that
they
was
weren't
the
scared.
cool part. And then inside its mouth, where you would like assume maybe a tongue would be, is actually 3 ivory eyes. Which,
Bring a teeth.
and like ivory is not a natural substance, so this is bone. This is,
I was gonna say, I think it's just just top
Yeah.
of skull jammed in there.
it's just bone. It's some form of bone. But yeah, so this is where we kind of get the first, like there are a lot more chosen ones than we originally thought, with just being, the 3 that Avantika talked of. Well, did she say there were 3 beforehand?
I don't think there was ever
There's never really a mention of.
clearly defined as 3.
We know,
We've known of 3. Is kind of what it was.
Yeah, we know the lore of Uk'otoa is that he was a chosen avatar of Zahir, and then after the calamity, when the gods were shut behind the divine gate, these avatars were left. And then when Marisha, or as Bo, rolls, she rolls that later, doesn't she? When
Yeah.
talks
A little
On the
bit,
back
but
on the
yeah.
ship.
But we know Matt kind of described these avatars as some of them are protectors, some of them are tools, and these all seem to be. I mean, the 3 was very important because we know Avantika has talked about 3 of the chosen to unlock Uk'otoa, and so this is an awesome world building flavor from Mercer in that there are apparently 2 other avatars of the gods, which gods they belong to. I mean, we could assume that like the Earth one is an avatar of the Crawling King, and that makes a lot of sense. Neverwinter in chat said the Leviathan and the Phoenix are both elder elementals, and we know that the Leviathan sort of elder elemental kind of fits with the underwater or the snake Uk'otoa. We don't know.
Yeah, these
What
we
I
don't know
love
if these
about
are...
that is like Matt can have like all sorts of things, and like we could assume one thing and it's not that.
Or Matt just really likes the 3rd generation of Pokemon, and it's Rayquaza, Kyogre, and Groudon. Like, come on.
There is, it's a trinity of trinities is really what we have here, right?
Yeah.
There is, within mythology and a lot of different cultures, there is a foundation of that triad that you find in a lot of world histories.
The comedy rule of 3 has dark origins.
I'm going back to like even Mother Maiden Crone and like a lot of the death gods and things like that. I really think it's a cool thing that he is pulling in. If that is the route that he's going, I just personally
3x3.
Yup.
And my favorite is that it's not just like a water temple. Like now we have 2 more storylines that they can follow to distract them from this war that is still going on. Can't forget about the war. There is a war happening.
There is a war.
But maybe if they can like find and earn favor from these like primordial beasts, these primal beasts of
Because
power.
we do now.
Even want them getting loose?
No, these are
like-
not good things.
You
They
don't
are not
know.
good- What? Please,
You don't
anything that the
know.
that is being worshipped by the Yuan Ti, and Zahir was
a betrayer god, yeah, and he got locked away.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah,
now his
so-
like, well, I see that, the evil guy that made me got locked away, so I'm gonna be like not evil, and like have you don't know.
That's not how this works.
You
That's
don't
not how
know.
it works.
Oh, so I mean, they could still like go find the other chosen ones and maybe like become chosen ones themselves to at least get similar power like Avantika gets at the end of the episode to like help battle a war. Who knows?
I like that he is doing the earth, air, and
Sky,
water theme.
Earth. Oh, you already said air, huh?
It's like I already did.
I was
Don't
just thinking like
confuse
Earth.
me.
There's 19 elements.
I just want to know who gets to be Heart and have the pet monkey.
But yeah, so they get the magic from these pillars and learn that it's abjuration magic, but at the same time, Avantika looks in the well and kind of like challenges Ford, like, oh, I'm gonna go first, and she dives in.
After Bo pretends to push her in,
Right? Which
I was waiting for her to get stabbed, honestly.
I mean, I wouldn't fuck with Avantika like that.
No!
But Matt played her like she was kind of cool with it, like the, hey.
Yeah, that was good.
But also, I'm gonna kill you. Don't do that again.
And they were trying to get to go too, and that's when Ford was harping on him, like, hey.
Yeah, like, hey, fucker, get down the well now. Like, I'm like, okay, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so this is kind of like the
not
first.
also-
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, not also looted the Yuan Tai he killed. She
Mhm.
killed, excuse me, and got only like 26 gold. And Matt made a point to mention that it was specifically gold. There was no other coin. Like that's all that they're carrying. That seems a little interesting as
Suspish.
far as detail goes. Like, yeah, that's it. They're a gold-based society, and that is all.
The other ones are just trimmings
But-
for buildings.
Also picked up, found a sword and a shield, and decided to take the shield, which came in handy later.
Yeah.
Little bit.
Sam is like just MVP every day. All day, every day. But yeah, we got a first kind of little skill challenge thing where Ford's racing about to get to the bottom of this well, which is like 80 feet down.
My question as I embody the chat, like, would Avantika at the end of this skill gotten to where she was if Caleb hadn't have been with Ford? Because Caleb totally
Like kept Ford from diving
kept Ford
in.
from jumping in right
Oh, yeah.
away.
He would have.
Ford would have beat her.
Yeah, I feel like Ford would have beat her.
But
Did
I don't know if he would have
did we
known
want that?
what to do when he
Yeah,
got
'cause
down there.
even when he got down there, he didn't really seem to know what to do.
I mean, but it would have given him more time to like figure it out.
Maybe. Because he definitely
Not
had
much,
the
though.
advantage in that armor.
That's true. Because the armor just sends him back up if he drowns, right? Or no, he can
Yeah,
swim.
but it
freely.
also
That's
yeah
right.
he can swim his regular movement. So
So yeah,
And
he gets to the bottom at the same
other
time.
the other detail Matt threw out about the water is that it is salt water. It wasn't fresh. Like, it was heavily salted water.
They're in the briny deep. And there's like moss and probably hydra poop everywhere.
I mean,
Algae. That's what I meant. Not moss.
everybody poops, Matt.
Everybody poops.
Even hydras.
Probably a lot more because they have lots of heads.
Well, I mean, doesn't mean they get an
Well,
extra.
stomach.
They don't get extra butt every head they get.
Yeah, but they eat a lot of food
That's
with all the
true.
little
Have
heads.
one stomach.
Yeah, they have one stomach,
We don't know how big a stomach is, though.
but it has the same capacity.
You go find me the anatomy of a hydra. No, I bet they
It
have
exists,
a
I'm
big
sure.
capacity stomach. I bet they have a big stomach.
I can't find my book right now.
But it's cool that like it kind of the thing kind of opens up further as they get down the well. They get to the bottom and immediately just start like ripping literal shit off the bottom and digging around trying to clear off the area. Ford ends up finding a little relief that just happens to be like the size of an orb, and it's like, what could go in there? And he starts.
Huh.
I wonder.
I like that he started jabbing at his own chest.
Yeah,
You
it's like
just hold it out at will.
yeah, it's like you
Can I
can't
get it out?
just like
No,
it's
bud.
click lightsaber. You have it.
I like them. They were like, shoot it out, poop it out. He's like, I don't have an eject button.
I know. I love that. That was a great line. It's not on
Uh,
an eject button.
but eventually he summons the sword at the same time Avantika is ripping off her hand cover and reaching for the thing, and Matt has them roll initiative, and she just barely slips her hand under there.
I don't think it was barely. He rolled a 6.
Well, maybe she could roll a 7. Why are you laughing at that?
Just the way you guys described that is dirty.
We're not even to the dirty part yet.
I know we're not,
Yeah.
but I'm preparing ahead
You're
of time.
preparing. Okay.
I'm always prepared. That's my secret.
But yeah, she
I'm
slips.
always dirty.
She slides her hand slowly into the crevasse of the.
Whoa.
Ah.
He broke dust.
I did, and she kind of like is there. She gets like a jolt of something. Looks a little bit panicked, and then you hear Matt describes the imagery and the sound of like a loud locking sound, or like a crack, a crash,
A crack. Yeah, like a
Um,
bang, bam.
and like
Earth-shattering noise.
yeah, spirit shaking, and the sigils and glyphs start like lighting up in 3 ways, all like leading up the well. Cracks appear to everybody up top on the walls. And it's like, this is bad. Something bad's happening. And then the magic from the pillars goes away. So whatever they were locking up, they aren't anymore. And then...
One tumbler down.
So what was it that made them want to swim up so fast? Was it because they're running out of air, or just...
Yeah, I think Avantika started heading up, and then Ford made a grab for her? Like he was gonna drown her?
Just nonchalantly.
I'm channeling Jess right now. Ford is evil.
100%.
100%. Ford. What the hell? I mean,
Straight up gonna kill her.
Yeah.
He wants this power, like,
distracted her,
more...
made a grab for her, tried to keep her like focused on the underneath.
And then lied. Pretended like, oh yeah, no, come help me find the other hole.
Or
Yeah.
like the ground did it. The ground grabbed you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we
Like-
think there was another hole down there for him?
No.
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 I think it's
One
like,
hole per temple.
Okay. And each hole
and
needs
only
to
one
be
deposit allowed in each temple.
Uh,
Look, if we're gonna go there, I'm gonna take it a little too far.
yeah.
Imagine...
So the temple started flooding water.
Yeah. They're starting to sink the island.
Like, was the whole island sinking, or do you think like the sea was coming to claim the temple?
The city was coming to claim the temple, but like, there was a lot of water.
I mean, that's a lot of water, and like,
Was a lot of
imagine
water.
I imagine that temple is not like small by any stretch of the imagination.
No. They spent a
It's hard to
while
get a
running
sense
up
for
it.
like the size of things in a game that's meant to like your mind imagines the things. But yeah,
It was
like,
very
that's a-
big in my head.
that same here. That's
Yeah, so it fills up. They all start kind of clamoring to get out of there. They all forget kind of where the door is, how to get out.
And then the hourglass comes out.
And then Matt breaks. Is that the first one for this campaign?
It is the first time for this campaign,
so.
and I believe, I don't think he's here, but oh shoot,
Words.
my brain
I was like,
stopped
What's
working.
happening? What's happening?
King Sundu, knew exactly how much time was in that hourglass because he collects hourglass.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so they...
I think it was like a 5 minute or like a 10. I don't remember, like a 10-minute one.
But yeah, they have to, within that time limit, figure out how the hell they're escaping this Indiana Jones crypt of the Serpent King. God, they have to rely on Not Who's Still High to remember how to open a door. And she does it and ends up locking them all in.
Yes.
And she's like, wait, undo it, Mage Hand, Mage Hand, Mage Hand. Everybody's yelling at Sam. So they do that, and all that does is shut a door and get the well, like it's the top of the well, to like spin down that has the rest of the stairs on it.
The stairs, yeah.
Meanwhile, the water is just filling up extremely quickly.
And then when they get to the top of the stairs, there was that huge, like 10-foot, 15-foot kind of drop that had no stairs to it. So Bo tries to climb it and falls down. And then they're like, okay, well, Caduceus, lift us, like, toss Not up there. And then Caleb whips out the enlarge. And
but does
now
the
we got a
reduce side
giant-
of it.
Huh?
He reduces, because it's enlarged.
No, he enlarges him first.
Oh, did he really? I missed that
Yeah,
part.
and then he like flips it and reverses it and reduces him.
Yeah, yeah, he made
Or
him
just
giant,
forget that song
like,
stuff.
like 14 feet tall or something, because Caduceus is 7 foot, and then started picking up people and putting them up top, and then they're like, well, you can't get out. So Ford grabbed giant Caduceus' hand, and Caleb cast reduce, so he went being from 14 feet to like 3.5.
That's still pretty big. But yeah, it just pulls them through.
Yeah.
Then they all just like start running. But of course, whatever Yanti are still in the temple obviously heard a giant earth-shattering crack and have come to rain on their parade. That's after, though, right? Because they all have to they have to like swim up, right? Still.
But no, they got attacked.
No,
by
they had they got attacked while the
They
room
got
was
attacked
flooding.
in the chamber by Snake Arm Man and 2 brood guards.
I don't have my snake arms anymore.
You lost your snake hands.
I got better. So yeah, there's little combat.
It was a pretty decent combat.
Yeah, he was, and Caduceus almost went down. It's the water that knocks him out later. But I mean, there's really no way to avoid that when you're in a room filling with water. You can't wait for it to fill up and then swim away, because I think these snake people are going to have an advantage in the water.
And then
They're probably pretty wily.
started losing breath. There was
Yeah, because Matt
nuts.
Matt had some sort of mechanic where anytime you did sort of like an action, you take away like.
It was anytime you got hit, you lost 1 point.
Yeah.
If you cast a spell, because it had
Was it 5?
it had a verbal, you lost 5. And we're basically
that plays
all
in
drowning.
that plays into your like how long you can hold your breath and.
Yeah, your
And so they're-
constitution modifier. I was like, that's
It was stressful. It was stressful.
And then halfway,
movies.
like right when everybody's starting to lose their breath and everything, they realize, oh yeah, Jester has the key.
Yeah, the Jaeger player has the key, and so she's running out of breath and she's swimming up, and then we get the first good moment of the episode.
I always loved that trope in movies where they like share breath.
Yeah, where it's like, I can't make it, one of us has to, and they embrace, and then
yeah.
Ford spits air into making it less
We breathe
romantic.
all this carbon dioxide into.
I was just about to bring up the science part of it where it's like, but that's mostly carbon dioxide. That's not gonna help you, but.
But it's the imagery that matters. It's the shape of water. They finally did it. They did it, you guys. They got
No, they
there.
do it
They
later.
didn't do it.
Oh no, they did the scene, like the big poster of the shape of water, where they did. Okay, shut up.
Yes, my mind first went to
Oh yeah, yep.
Splash. No, I went to Splash the movie, where she kisses Tom Hanks. But I'm old, and I watched that movie a lot.
Gotcha.
She's a mermaid. He's a regular person at the end. Spoilers.
Can I make it any
She
more
kisses him.
obvious? So they get Jester up to the top.
Whatever, Levine. Ow, my brain.
They make it.
Tired for this.
They make it to the top where they enter the temple. Jester has the key, and Matt describes how like all this pressurized water is instantly released, and they're kind of shot out like a geyser 20 feet into the air.
Caduceus is unconscious.
Caduceus
at that
is
point.
unconscious here, and he was like waiting to cast a spell, and then like loses it because he's not alive. Well, not conscious.
He's alive.
Not
He's just-
conscious. I corrected it.
And Liam goes to cast Featherfall.
On everybody but the unconscious guy.
But him!
Like, what was the choice? Like, does Clay does Caleb not trust Caduceus?
I I don't know. Like as much
He's able
as
to.
that.
It's very hard because when Liam tries to be like in like I didn't like that decision at all. Was very upset about that decision.
Well, and
Okay.
and then Marisha's like, no, not me, dude. Caduceus like, I already did it. It's done. I cast it on people I know.
Yeah,
I
he
wasn't
was-
thinking. It's like, yeah, Liam, like you are always thinking about what is happening on everyone else's game. That was just a weird in-game decision that you decided to make, and it kind of, I don't know. I don't like it.
God bless not.
Yeah, not with a save there. Again, Sam MVP.
Twice, because not cast Featherfall too.
Mm-hmm.
And then did the whole thing with the shield and them
Yeah.
bobbiting down the side of the pyramid.
Yeah, because like
Like
everybody's
the Jamaican bobsled team.
everybody is tapped of spell slots. It
was
felt.
such a good scene.
Jester
though,
had
too.
one.
Jester had the
Jester had
one.
one cure wounds left to get
Getting
to up a little
shot
bit more.
out of that temple was just
And
super awesome.
like in the temple's in the middle of the town, so there's no way that is stealthy. There's the
Yeah,
giant
no,
crack.
everyone around
Everyone
saw
is
giant-
looking towards the temple, ready for whatever
Yeah.
happens, and it's the money shot. Sam says.
There was basically an earthquake, and then everyone's looking at the temple like, "What was that?" And then, whoosh, and people like slowly
raining
floating
from the
down.
sky.
Yeah, they like are
It's
they're
raining men.
they're like trying to get out of the or like swimming through the air, grasping at the air, trying to get down to like a manageable or like the ideal landing position on the stairs to hit the water and like travel with it going the right way. I don't know. It was fun because he's like it's Goonies style sliding down the temple.
I liked it. I really liked it. He's like, I pull out the shield that I
That
have.
was such a fun part. But yeah, they eventually make it to the rain or the end. Jester manages to get to Caduceus to bring him back to consciousness.
Yay, because I didn't want another Taliesin character to go bye-bye.
Seriously.
He's
He's
just
very cursed this season of D&D.
this is what happens when you roll natural 20 so often. Like this is the
And then give away your power.
yeah. This is the
Never
he's
give away your power.
the magical backup. But yeah, so they then get on their feet and just start running out of town. This is where Matt has another skill check. Where
boy.
That's a 6-part check.
I was exhausted by the time I got to this
Right.
point.
Well, and then like he's like, okay, now think of this as like a resurrection check. Give me ideas of how you guys like.
Yeah, what are
Get
you
through
doing to
this.
benefit the team? And there's going to be 6
And I'm
different
like,
checks.
oh, God, this is gonna go great.
Well, because then he made it clear to point out, like, they stealthed into the city, and it took, like, a day and a half. If they run,
Yeah.
they can make it now, but they're going to get exhausted.
Yeah.
And so you've got, like, Caleb, who's still under expeditious retreat, runs to the front and kind of, like, we're going this way, jump over this rock, watch out for this divot. You've got Yasha.
Macheteing.
Yeah, just like cha-cha-cha all the way
Rage
through.
chop, rage chop.
What else does everyone else do? This whole time, Jamedi and Avantika are kind of just there because, like, they're not
Yeah.
actual players, so it doesn't matter what they do. They're going to get to the next story beat regardless.
I pick up Chimetti and I throw him.
Yeah, I sacrificed Jamedi.
Don't gotta outrun your friend. Yep, ever outrun the bear. You just have to outrun your friends.
Yep.
Or the slowest NPC.
Yeah. They do finally get the Fluffernutter out there.
Yes.
Oh, well, sort of.
It still worked.
I know, but I just love. It's very hard sometimes because there's still a little bit of that like awkward decision making that Marisha used as Keyleth in bows, because Not throws it up and screams Fluffernutter, and Marisha just as Bo just instinctively
Fluffernutter!
Fluffernutter and throws 2 stars at it, which is not gonna explode. Damn gun!
And they're like, are they on fire? It's like, I can't make fire.
I'm pissed. It's like that was gunpowder I threw up. I like it was Sam was sort of like those gunpowder I threw up, Marisha. How do you expect to blow it up with ninja star?
They could like clank in midair, make a spark.
That was awesome.
This has to get inside the barrel. You can't phase sparks through wood,
Yeah.
my friend. Damp
Yeah.
wood at that.
Right. No, it was waterproof.
And to quote Matt, it's not a beer barrel.
Oh boy, these goofs and
So luckily, Caleb had the glove
Yes.
and was able to fire off 3 rays. But it was, I mean, Matt said it was going to be hard.
yeah, he had to do at
Because it
least
was-
enough damage to get through the damp wood and cause ignition.
Lift off.
Yeah, but they do
We
it.
did.
We
And
did
don't-
get a successful fluffernutter.
And it made an explosion. I don't know if anybody was caught up in it because it wasn't that far from them when they did it, but they still did it.
We did.
And then what was the next round? Was this when the other party showed up?
I think that was about when.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
think
lizard.
Caduceus did thaumaturgy to try and make like,
Yeah.
sounds of rustling going in a different direction. to throw
Oh, and then they
people off.
stopped. They like completely stopped for a second, so Not could scout.
Yes, because that's when the lizard men showed up.
Yeah. So there's the hunting party of the lizard folk shows up, and Not goes to stealth out and kind of distract them.
Yeah,
And then,
she ran out a little bit and like backtracked or came in around, right?
Yeah.
She led them away a little and snuck back in.
And then they finally like break the tree line to make it onto the shore and see their boats, and it's finally like, yeah, we're gonna make it. The two chasing parties kind of clash, and like half of each group is going after each other while the other half are chasing after them. And it's that real like Pirates of the Caribbean scene where you see 3 people run and then you see the army behind them.
Yeah, see, and that was because like when we had started this adventure, when they were trekking in, everyone was hoping that it was going to end in that or like the Indiana Jones style running. Start the engine! Start the engine!
And then-
I think even who said that? Someone did make that joke.
I think
can't
it was
remember
probably
who.
Sam.
Yeah, it might have been Sam. Like, start the engine! Start the engine! And it was, and we all got what we wanted. The crazy visual, and this is what I love about D&D, and that we imagine these things. Just this crazy thing of this jungle, and then running towards the beach with cannon fire and this huge mass of snake men and lizard people fighting behind them, but also chasing them. We hear the thum thum.
And yeah, and
thum.
then you get the cannon
And you see
fire.
Travis's face is like, oh yeah, light it up. Like,
Yeah, get the morning shots.
volley it in.
Volley that in. Yeah, it's just a fun cinematic that like everyone can see it in their own way in their head, and it's just all good. D&D, you guys, D&D.
It's good.
But then they get to the
All in your
boat,
head.
and that's when we see Avantika, who now is missing her orb in her hand, and like there's a wound that's kind of bleeding, but like less than when Fort saw it bleeding earlier. She kind of stands on her boat because they're, I guess, in 2 little ones, and she kind of stands there, like closes her eyes and focuses, and then the boat picks up speed because the water around it kind of starts moving and pulling it forward. And Travis is so mad. Yes, she puts her face in the water and motorboats and just. Yeah, she can control the freaking water now, you guys.
I love her.
And Travis is mad about it. So.
Yeah, she totally sniped the party. I got that power.
So they eventually make it to the ship and I guess go to break at this point, right?
They do go to break once they get to the ship. And then when we come back for the break, everyone has removed their Halloween costumes except for Sam.
Except for Sam, and it takes like 5 minutes. for
And
him.
Mercer.
Well, he can't. He's actually Dante. Mercer's his costume.
Mercer's just a changeling, and like the regular Mercer that we know is his default.
Yes. I don't know why that took me. It was like hard for me to follow that. So they're on the boat now. Ivantika. I don't know why I made sure to note that there's a cook named Jeremiah. But there's a cook
Who's
named
not a bullfrog.
not a bullfrog. But then they kind of like now start going through what information they have, and Bo does the history check. And they kind of like there's a land, a sea, and a sky entity. Each one has the 3 chosen. So the worm, the serpent, the phoenix, ivory, amber, and onyx eyes. What the hell are we thinking, guys? What's gonna happen? What's going on? Do we think we've
I-
met? Do we think we've met another chosen already? Is one gonna another chosen part of the party?
I don't
don't-
know if Matt would go back and kind of rehash what we did at the end of the last campaign, with them all getting godly sponsors.
That makes
It
sense.
seems very similar.
I mean, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because
I
that's a cool
know.
thing.
I know, and it may come to that, but I don't
Well,
see
I mean-
that at this point.
I'm just hoping that we can get to, because he mentioned to Marisha that getting to like a seat of knowledge, a place that has some, like maybe another Cobalt Reserve or something like that
Yeah,
area.
I think they're gonna have to go out and kill the other chosen to keep these betrayer.
Yeah, because
gods
like, yeah, I
being released.
yeah, because I don't think any of these are good avatars, and we should. Hopefully, they get to kind of figure out what they are. But then also, like, what is this storyline? Is that like, where are we going? Like, I don't like. This is the best and the worst thing ever because.
war is over here.
But like, is even that a like? What is the? We know how
That's-
Mercer thinks, and we know we went
that's-
through a whole first campaign, and there was like so many underlying stories that we didn't see coming. But now we are expecting that, and now we keep getting in, like, there's
It's
these things,
far away from
and
the
there's-
war.
I'm telling I think the what's going on in Jorhas is connected to all of this with the betrayer gods, because we know it is Zorhas is built on the ruins of
Gordito.
Gorgonzola.
not Gorditos. It's not Gorda? No. Gorga
Gor-
Gordas?
We
Gordas, something like
talked
that.
about this
Or-
before we
I
started.
know.
Origami.
It's
On
Gordito.
origami.
It's
It's
Oregano.
not Gordahar.
Hold
No.
on.
Bulgogi?
Ardor?
Gordranus.
Gordranus.
Thank
there
you.
we go. I
Never
was
went
like,
to
it
pop that up
sounds-
before you said it.
The
Yeah,
ancient,
Gordranus.
the ancient city of the betrayer gods.
Yes. So Zorhas is built on top of Gordranus. And my personal thought is that's where the temples for the Crawling King's avatar might be.
His little wormy buddy.
Little
Caterpie.
wormy buddies kind of hanging out down there, and they may have already started unleashing things there.
That
They
could
may
be
have
where all
two
like
of
the
the three
monsters are
orbs, and this is kind of what's going on. Bringing it back to the war. That's how I do.
Well, and
that
then-
could be the way that
so-
Matt brings them back, because like there's going to be, I when I think of a phoenix, I think of like a bird, like maybe in the mountains, so they'd have to go to
Right.
some land that can't be in the water for this one.
Right.
But then again, so you have Yasha, who had a vision of the Stormlord, and she like saw a land, saw her people, and then like had another vision where all those people were now like worms on the ground. So could the Stormlord either have something to do with the Hermy the Wormy?
We just don't know.
We don't know.
It's a mystery.
We
But
don't
also,
know.
they can't let these things loose, and they can't let
Yeah,
Ukatoa loose.
What's the worst that could happen?
Death.
Do you?
Death.
do you
Death
think
is what could
Ford-
happen?
I mean, if Ford's evil,
Yes. Which he is.
Which he is.
like he is,
100% confirmed.
he's gonna unleash Ukatoa.
Oh
The
yeah.
party's gonna have to stop him.
I cannot wait.
Caleb's made it clear that. I mean, and Ford has said, "Oh, I'm not really interested in that."
He's
And Caleb's
but he's
like, "I don't-
lying every
I'm not-
single
he's lied
time.
at every yeah.
Literally,
He's a liar.
it's so
Liar.
any
So,
chance
like
he
they're
can get.
gonna have to stop him from releasing Ukatoa, because releasing him is just a straight out bad fucking idea.
I feel like he doesn't want to release
No,
him. I
no,
think
no,
he just
no.
wants.
He wants the power.
He just wants the
He
power.
wants the power.
So I think he's gonna try to get as much power leading up to releasing it, and then not release it and see how that goes. But I think he
He's
just
gonna
wants power.
release it.
I don't
They're
think
gonna
he's gonna
stop
release
him
it.
from doing it. Something's gonna happen.
I think he's gonna try for a full
He's-
release.
Yeah, he's going for it.
In full release, okay. He's not just edging a bit around.
Whoa.
So the group.
You broke
An
out again.
So while they're talking about this, they also start talking about next steps because they are kind of indentured servants to Avantika at this point.
And Ford does admit he tried to kill her.
Yeah, Ford admits like I totally tried to drown her, and then they're talking about like, well, we could just try to get information out of her, tie her up, and kill her, and sink the ship. And he's like, well, I'm not against that because you're evil.
Let me try it my way real quick.
But all things point to they're going to either try to ask her if they can either A, leave without any repercussions, B, kind of remain on the crew but take the ship out and lie like, we're gonna go also search for this thing. 2 people searching is better than 1. Or they're gonna try to sneak.
Lying to Avantika is a smart play every time.
Yeah, like all of these things are like based around lying and deceit, and like you can't do that with Avantika.
No,
she's better than you. But Ford takes Avantika up on her drink offer, goes into the room with her.
Because he wanted information since she was poking around at the whole like, oh yeah, there was another guy and I totally know more information about him and we can talk about it over some wine. Like, buddy.
And she does have information. He walks in on her showering in water that she's controlling, and it's whipping around her hair, and it's covering her body, and she 100% knows he's watching, and she puts on a show.
She does.
Yeah. And then she kind of like puts on her silk robes, and they have a conversation. We learn that Avantika actually recognizes Ford's sword, which I thought was interesting. She called it the Sword of Fathoms, and it belonged to the previous chosen one, whose name is Vandrin.
Dun dun dun!
Ooh, Ford says, "Oh, I don't know that person."
Vandrin, you say? What is this name? I've only heard for the first time just now. Rolls a 23 deception. Not enough.
Nope.
Not enough at all, good
Stop.
sir.
Don't
lying to her.
Which,
just
like,
stop.
So, like, does she have a feat? Is she really, like, a couple levels higher than them to have an amazing insight stat? Like, what is her deal? Does she have a magic item? Or does she just know?
I think she just knows. I think she just is really statted out. I would love to see the stats on Avantika.
I know.
Or
I want them so bad.
She just saw right through Captain Twitchwood as the obvious lie.
I mean, props to Travis for just that came out really quick.
Because I don't think that wasn't one of the names that Sam used as opening, was it?
It's hard when you're watching it 2 times speed to judge how quick things come out. Now that I realize that,
it's weird when you watch it that fast and then seeing it live. Like, why are they talking so slow?
Because then I just realized that I was watching it at 2 times speed because I missed the second half, and so that might not have been as quick as it came out. There might have been a pause, and because I was like, oh, Travis came out with that name really quick, but yeah, never mind, forget me.
But eventually he kind of comes clean and like, yeah, that was my captain. That's who I'm looking for. And she's like, well, do you know he had the other orb? Do you know where that ship crashed? And he's like, yes, I do. Pulls out the map, and they have a nice kind of area to look around, and it just happens to be where the ship is on the map.
On the shipping lane.
Yeah. And it's in between, I guess, where they left and where Ford washed up. And so now that's kind of their next area that they're going to now. But they have so many things. So they have a war, and they have 2 other like primal beast deities, and then they know 2 other temples of Uk'otoa. It's just like, what are they doing? What's next? What comes next?
Sex.
Well, yeah, that
They both come next. I mean,
they fucked. It happened.
Matt and Travis played a game of sexual chicken.
Mm-hmm. Physically shook hands, looked each other in the eyes, like, oh, it's happening.
And Travis blushed.
Mm-hmm.
I like how the table was all like, okay, let's do the thing that like teenagers would do at a table, like roll for constitution checks.
Mm-hmm.
I love how Mercer was just like, oh god, I hate doing that in games, and then they were already going, and he's like, Fine, go ahead.
16.
And it sounds like roll for disappointing your dungeon master. And she overpowers them as Dizzy by nature says she's a strong woman. She because he
are
walked
allowed to.
Yeah, right. Go Avantika. And he doesn't stay the night because apparently you're not supposed to be seen leaving the captain's quarters.
It was not a restful night, but he did fall asleep.
Gets caught by his roommate sneaking in.
Oh man.
College.
I was just gonna say memories, but that. Boy, this episode, guys.
Yeah.
Oh boy. And I'm not talking about the Critical Role. I'm talking about us right now.
Oh.
I think a couple of us have exhaustion points.
But yeah, so I do love that before he went, they cast protection from poison and gave him a vial of acid just in case. Just in case.
Yeah, you never know when that will come in handy.
And he's like, "Did you make this?" Like, "Yeah, I did." "Oh, thanks. That's so nice." Congrats on the sex.
We're gonna make him a cake next episode.
And
They
David and
should.
FMA in chat, the Taliesin had one of his awesome lines.
Mhm.
Sleep with your bad decisions.
I really hope Caduceus makes him a congrats on the sex cake. That would be amazing.
That would be so
or
great.
Or Jester does.
or just like holds it over him the whole day and just keeps making like allusions and innuendos towards it.
See, this is when it would be a great time to be a bard, because if I was in a game and that had happened, the next morning you would see me sitting on the bed, and I would play Lonely Island to the player that woke up from that.
Oh boy.
In the most annoying way.
The episode ends and they all level up.
He did.
They leveled up from 6.
Only one of them leveled up from
Did you
6.
Well,
say 6
one
or
of them
6?
6.
From 6 to 7, but also from
Via
6.
6.
I said sex in a Kiwi accent. 6.
Or in Latin, sex is 6.
Jess points out again, last time it was Bo who leveled up after sex.
That is
I said
true.
the same thing.
Yeah, they just gotta
Just
find.
to show you.
If you want to
that-
level up faster, get one of your PCs laid. The way it works.
How are
Or
they
they
level
get
12
notes
already?
Right
But yeah, so we can quickly go over kind of what they get at level 7.
now. A good bard to level up really fast.
Yeah, like.
Or Rogue. Wait, so
Or a rogue.
How are they already level 20? Crazy night. But Jester gets her 2 new domain spells, which don't go against her prepared one. She gets Dimension Door and Polymorph, so it's gonna be fun to see.
Polymorph is gonna be so awesome.
Right? That and
Oh
Dimension.
boy.
As far as available spells that she can take now, because they all have access to 4th level spells now, I think she might take Control Water to kind of like. So what if Avantika can do it? I can do it too. Ford, look at me. Watch
I
this.
can do it, Ford. Ford, look at me. I can
Oh,
totally
man, I'm
do it.
so sad that this happened in an episode that Laura wasn't there,
Right?
because
I
want Laura's wonderful.
look Ford.
Oh man.
Other than that, locate creature in case she ever loses Sprinkle, which went through that whole ordeal, but we don't pay attention to that. Death Ward, just because that's a common cleric thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Or Stone Shape, so that she can more efficiently vandalize statues. That's just my thinking.
I mean, but she's a clerk, so you kind of get everything and you just pick what you want each day.
Oh, do you think she's gonna try to polymorph Ford or Avantika first?
Ford.
I would say Ford.
Your big horse is yes, Ford. No, he's a big horse. This. Travis.
Oh my God, it's gonna be amazing when she turns him into a donkey next episode.
Yeah. Travis gets 4th level spells and a new invocation. I didn't bother looking at the invocations because there's no telling what Travis is going to do. But my guesses for spells is he's either going to take Phantasmal Killer because he's a super villain. That's like a super villain spell. You make somebody see the
Good
worst.
spell.
yeah.
I like.
Someone see the worst nightmare and it's chasing them. Or because he likes to do illusory stuff like Disguise Self, he might take Hallucinatory Terrain.
Blueable.
Taliesin has new domain spells Blight and Death Ward, which are just perfect for Caduceus.
Mm-hmm.
Other spells he might take, Stone Shape, because I've used Stone Shape as a cleric to make a tomb on the fly for like a fallen party member. Freedom of movement in case he has to swim some more.
Yeah.
Or divination to try to get himself like on track with what he's supposed to be doing with his deity stuff.
That would be fun. See a little bit of god interaction.
Yeah.
I mean, it hardly ever worked for poor Pike, but
That's true.
maybe he rolls better.
But then she did get Sarenrae to punch a dragon, so that kind of makes up for
True.
it.
that pretty much makes up for a lot of things.
Your god almost drowned you. Mine punched a dragon. Marisha, she gets evasion, so now if she succeeds on a dex save, she takes no damage, or half on a fail. And stillness of mind, which is pretty cool. If she's charmed or frightened, she can take an action to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Sam also gets evasion, and sneak attack damage goes up. And then Not gets access to second level spells, but they have to be enchantment or evocation. Of those, I think Magic Mouth would be fun, just because it's Sam and it's a fun sounding spell.
I mean, it's the best named spell.
Um,
Disappointing when you read the description, but
Right, you make like a non-magic thing have a mouth so that it can give a message, which, I mean, it could be fun to like scare somebody.
Jester's donuts suddenly
Yes, please don't even, please don't do it.
I've used it on statues before.
Oh, she and Not and Jester could get up to some mischief with that.
Oh, totally.
But then I wrote down a suggestion because it's been cast on Not, so maybe she wants to do it to somebody else, or for combat Blur. And then Liam gets 4th level spells, and there's no telling what he's going to get, so I didn't even write anything down.
I'm curious to see what he picks. I really am.
I would put money
Summon
on...
Greater Demon.
That could be fun. I saw that, and it's a fun spell, but I think he's going to go Greater Invisibility, so he can stay
Probably,
invisible.
yeah.
But other than that, that's all they get with leveling up. Oh, and they all, got hit points. But we saw them roll that on the episode, except for Laura, who was doing...
Do you think he'd take Banishment?
Arya.
Arya does.
Who would take Banishment? Because they all could take it, except for 4.
Any of them, but I'm leaning more towards Caleb.
Caleb's gonna try and get as much of the spells that he can.
Yeah, I think...
That wizard addiction.
What would your reasoning be for him getting Banishment?
I don't know. I just see him going more for the not the creepier spells, but like the things where it more control spells, I should say.
Okay, more like crowd control stuff. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna take this guy out of the combat for a little bit. That or Wall of Fire. I mean, Wall of Fire, because fire. What else can he take? Wizard, 4th level. He can also take Dimension Door. That could get him out of shit. Fire Shield, somebody put in the chat.
Oh, he's definitely taking more fire stuff. 100%, but I can see him getting some of like the unfriendly spells.
This one I meant to look up. Mordenkainen's...
He already uses suggestion a lot.
That's true, but there's also Mordenkainen's Private Sanctum, which he could use to like have secret conversations with peoples.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
How does this
weird.
work?
We'll see.
You make an area within range 5 feet to as large as 100 feet on each side. Sound can't pass through.
I mean, a lot of Neverwinter and who else?
Yeah, if he's going regular use spells,
yeah.
I never see this one used. Mordenkainen's Private Sanctum.
Yeah, Liam makes some interesting spell choices. So.
Oh yeah. I'm
Who
not gonna be
knows?
disappointed.
But then he also wants to collect them all too, so we shall see.
I know those feels.
I think he would go with this spell because sound can't pass through, sensors can't be created inside of it. Nothing can teleport in or out of it. Creatures can't be targeted by divination. Area appears dark and foggy. And it lasts 24 hours, so this could be their new sleeping thing if they want to blow a 4th level spell. I don't know. It's gonna be fun. They get a lot of stuff. Along with who knows what the hell they're gonna be doing.
Death monsters with lots of death monsters.
So where do we think they're going next episode?
Well, I think they're gonna try to lie to Ivanka, and it's not gonna go great. And they're gonna, I don't know, because Ivanka seemed to like push towards finding the shipwreck. So, but they're heading to. They're what is exciting is that they are running out of supplies, and they have to go stop at this evil pirate port, bad, dangerous place, which is gonna be so exciting because I can't wait to see that.
Tortuga.
I know, right?
Where we're going.
It's the pirate island
I'm so
city.
happy. I'm so happy.
So that's gonna be fun. They're gonna be. I mean, these chaos idiots are gonna be in a very dangerous place full of danger chaos.
Danger,
and
chaos,
idiot-
and knives.
Yeah,
And guns.
danger chaos and idiot chaos. This should make for an exciting mix.
A lot of
I want to steal
non-sailor
them steal
types.
some more guns. I
Oh,
want to.
boy.
How do we think the reception of their hired crew is gonna be when they get back to the ship? Because they kind of.
Oh.
I don't
Well, the
know.
one already belonged with this group.
That's true.
I don't know what Orly's gonna think.
Yeah, well, we know that ship's not fully repaired, so it's probably gonna need some more before they can take it off and do their own stuff. I think they're definitely gonna have to spend some time in dangerous pirate city, and who knows what's gonna happen from there.
Who they're gonna run into?
I
What's
know.
gonna happen,
I imagine there
hijinks.
might be some sort of I just can't wait. I just want it to be dangerous and make them make horrible decisions.
I
They're
want
gonna
swashbucklers. I want all the swashbucklers.
45 minutes and they're gonna all be in prison.
Oh yeah, pirate prison, even worse than
The
regular.
worst kind of prison.
Yeah.
Um,
Goodbye, justice.
Yeah. Goodbye, everything.
Oh, good point. We have in chat, Liam H. Gray says, might be some goblins in Pirate Town.
Ooh.
We might get like a very interesting mix of races in a town like that.
Yeah, all the monstrous races. Bring me the bugbears and the hobgoblins and the regular goblins. They can be fun. It's gonna be fun. Ooh. Brothels, casinos, and bars. Oh my.
Oh my!
Well, okay, so final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
Yeah,
of the
favorite
episode?
part, funniest moment, anything like that?
I love all of it. I just want more pirate. I just want...
Avatars sealed behind things. What?
What?
Ancient
Um,
God avatars.
Sexual chicken.
Sexual chicken.
They played sexual chicken.
The more and more stuff goes on, I was on team like Molly's gone. I think we're gonna meet Lucian or Nonagon again.
Yeah. I did see one really interesting theory going around on Twitter that Avantika was the one who was involved in the Lucian
The death spell thingy, the
death
ritual.
thing, and there was all kinds of crazy things flying. It was pretty awesome.
Who knows?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna
what-
discount anything. I don't know at this point.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
But that ends
Well,
it for us.
No, I have one more announcement, Matt.
Closing announcements. Oh, I hit a button.
Did you turn us off?
Nope. Played
Okay.
music really loud. You're good. Go.
So, friends who are coming to PAX Unplugged at the end of the month, November 30th, December 1st, and December 2nd in Philadelphia, there are going to be 5 of your favorite hosts from Critical ReRoll at the convention. It's going to be myself, Keith. There's going to be a Matt Abernathy. There's going to be a Herky. There's going to be a Jess. And there's
There are only 6 of us.
Well, and poor Dusty can't come, but we're going
He's
to
gonna
totally
be
Skype
there
him
on
in.
Skype.
We're going to Skype him in. We're going to the pictures. We'll bring him. But we love you, Dustin. We
I
really
know.
do. But yeah, we're all gonna be here. And there are several meetups that are going to be happening. One is Friday, November 30th at 2 p.m. One is Saturday, December 1st at 4 p.m. And that Saturday night, there is also a hangout to play games for anyone who may be traveling alone, just want to chill with other critters. That's going to be at 8 p.m. on Saturday. There are Facebook events set up for each of these. We're going to tweet out links. There's no official actual spot we're meeting up at yet. We're making a detailed plan shortly, so that's going to be coming up. But yeah, anybody who's there, come and find us. Come hang out. Come chat. We're going to have fun. It's going to be awesome.
And we might have things we could give you.
We might have things to give out.
Oh.
Pieces of
hugs.
my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And hugs.
all of
We
you.
will
That's
give out
actually why
hugs.
Dustin isn't going to be there, because we are sacrificially turning him into trinkets to hand to everybody.
Little
It's
pieces
what I've
of-
always wanted with my life anyway.
You want a fingernail, you have to get there early.
Those go cool.
All the good parts are taken right now. I mean, we're down to,
Been
we're
auctioning
down to
them
the
off.
bare bones here.
Okay, with that, I am Matt. I'm one of your hosts. You can find me on Twitter at Matt_Abernathy.
I'm Kate. You can find me on Twitter at @SeaMonster.
And I'm Dustin. You can find me on Twitter at Geonerd.
For anything else, follow us as a group at Critical Reroll on Twitter and everything else on the internet. That is it for us. Everybody say bye.
Bye!
Bye.